Welcome to Emila Online tutorial. Now let us look at this exponential equation. Very interesting. Now, if x raised to the power of 2y minus y raised to the power of 2x equals 17, then we are told to find x and y. Okay, now I want to do something interesting here. Now, take note that according to the law of indices, if you have a raised to the power of mn, now this can be written as what? A raised to the power of m or raised to the power of what? N. I can also swap this, which making this one, it can be n, and this can be what? M. Okay, so I want to apply this rule here. Okay, so x raised to the power of 2y, I can write it as y or raised to the power of 2, then minus y here, then our 2s I can swap. Here you have x or raised to the power of 2, then equals what? 17. Now if you take a look at this equation now, the left hand side looks more or less like the difference of 2 squared, right? Now but we just have this and this that looks a bit confusing. Now I want to represent this term and this term with a and b. So where x raised to the power of y equals a and y raised to the power of x equals what? B. This is to help us have a clear picture of what we are doing. So here we have a raised to the power of 2 minus b raised to the power of 2, then equals what? 17. And you can see that for the left hand side now it looks more clearer. So applying the difference of 2 square here, now this will give us a plus b now into a minus b, then equals what? 17. Okay, alright, because the difference of 2 square according to the algebraic law will give us this. Okay, now looking at this term here, now the left hand shows here that when this term multiplies by this term, it gives us what? 17. And which also implies that if this, the left hand side, must be equal to this, it means there are two terms here, okay, that corresponds to these two terms. Okay, however, 17 here is an odd number. So the only two possible terms that will multiply to give you 17 will just give you, it's either we have 17 times 1 or 1 times 17. Okay, now but take note of the left hand side. This term, because of its addition, must be greater than this. Okay, take note that a is here, a is here, b is here, b is here. So when we add it, it will give us a term that is greater than their differences here. Okay, now if you apply either of this rule, 17 times 1, you can see 17 is greater than 1. But in this case, 1 is lesser than what? 17. But the term here must be greater than the second term. So here we use these two terms times 1. So which implies that the first term, okay, must give you 17, and the second term here must give you what? 1. So when you add this, the two numbers a, b, it will give you 17. And when you subtract the numbers, you give you what? 1. So we can actually equate this term to 17 and this term to 1. Okay, so this will give us a plus b equals 17 and a minus b equals what? 1. Now this has led us to simultaneous equation. So from here we can just do the elimination, apply the elimination method. By applying the elimination method, you can see we have the same coefficient and the signs here are positive and negative. Let's just add the term. So by adding a plus a will give us 2a, and when we add this term it will just give us 0. So we are left with 17 plus 1 will give us what? 18. Now dividing both sides by 2, then a equals what? 9. Okay, and applying that a equals 9 here, we can say this is a plus, okay, let me use equation 1. So just replace a with 9 direct, then b equals what? 17. Okay, and what number will you add to 9 to give us 17? That should give us 8. Or we just subtract 9 from both sides of the equation, then b will give us what? 17 minus 9, giving us what? 8. Alright, take note, a equals 9 and b equals what? 8. But take note that we are looking for x and y here. Now let's come over here. A is 9, right? And a equals what? X raised to the power of y. So here we have x raised to the power of what? Y. Now since this is in form of exponent, now let's make this also in form of what? Exponent. Let's see how it goes. Now this will be 3 raised to the power of 2, because that is just the only possible exponent that will give us what? 9. So it equals what? X raised to the power of y. Okay? Now let us come over here. B. Here you have that b equals to 8. Let me just write it here. Let me clean this one. Then 8 then equals, which is b, y raised to the power of what? X. Okay? Now since also this is an exponent, let's also change this word to an exponent, or we call it indices. And the only possible x indices that will give us 8, that will give us 2 raised to the power of 3. 2 raised to the power of 3 then equals what? Y raised to the power of what? X. Okay, now let us reconcile both sides of this equation together. Now here you have 2 raised to the power of 3 then equals what? Y raised to the power of x. Let's see and compare. Now from here, our base here is x, our base here is 3, right? Our exponent here is what? Y, and our exponent here is what? 2. Okay, let's see here 2. Our base here is what? Y, and our base here is 2, which correspond that 2 here equals 2 here, and 2 here equals 2 here. Then our x here, which is the exponent, then equals to what? 3. So which means the base here equals to 3. I mean x equals to 3. Let me just write it out so it will be clearer. Then x equals 3 here. Then y equals 2 here. Now let us come here. X also equals 3 and y equals what? 2. So by comparison of these two, we agree that x equals 3, y equals what? 2. Don't forget to share this with others. Thank you and God bless you. Bye bye.